Hey there everyone, this is Jerebu showing you a tutorial on transporting villagers as well as converting zombie villagers into normal villagers. Alright, now as some of you know, this tutorial is directly linked with another tutorial that I made on a particular iron golem farm that you can create. You can find that other tutorial on my channel. And on this particular tutorial, I will be showing how to make zombie villagers into villagers, as well as how to most efficiently transport a villager to a desired destination, in this case the Iron Golem farm, so that it can start producing iron golems. Okay, now that we're here, there are a few items you'll be needing. The first for the zombie conversion process is the splash potion of weakness. And then the next item you'll be needing is a golden apple. Alright, let's shoot some zombies. By the way, if your video settings are set to all particles, I'd advise you to set it to minimal for the time being so that you can see when a zombie villager appears and to further prevent accidentally shooting it. Alright, it looks like the first zombie villager has appeared within 7 minutes of waiting. Time to collect. Let's wait for it to be transported to the collection pool, and from there I'll show you how to pick up a villager or any mob and be able to easily transport it. Once we've picked up the zombie villager, before I transport it to the final location, I'm going to quickly show you how to convert a zombie villager into a villager, making the zombie spawner a rather useful item to find in the game. All you have to do is lay a minecart on a track similar to this and give it a push. Once the minecart hits the end, that is right next to the corner of the mob is being pushed into, it will automatically be picked up. Sometimes, however, you'll come across a problem in which the minecart does not come back up the slope as it should. Simply hitting the first minecart with a second minecart won't help nudge the first minecart out of the rut that it's stuck in. And so instead, to resolve this, you can simply log out and then reopen the world, and it should reactivate the movement of the minecart up the slope. But if you don't want to log out or anything of the sort, you can jump in the same square that the minecart and mob are located, and this should normally nudge the minecart out of being stuck. The one thing to watch out for, though, is mobs can still attack you while they're in the minecart, so make sure you have some type of armor. Perfect. Alright, now once you have the zombie villager away from the loading area, it's time to contain it for the conversion process. The reason you should contain the zombie villager is because the villager sometimes gets out of the minecart as soon as the transformation ends. So to contain it will preemptively avoid it from running around and just being such a pain to catch again, and then having to either put tracks underneath it to connect all the way to a pre-existing track, or trying to nudge it onto minecart track. So we really don't want to deal with that tedious task. Alright, now before I do this, I'm going to put the particle setting back to all. Now it's time to convert. First, throw the splash potion at the zombie. Next, after you see the spirals, feed the zombie a golden apple by right-clicking the mob. Alright, all that's left is waiting for the zombie villager to convert into a villager. To be sure that the process is working, the zombie villager will be shaking as well as having those red spirals around his head. Okay, there you have it. That's how you get a villager from a zombie spawner and have it ready for transportation. As I mentioned previously, the villager, after being transformed, may leave the minecart. So before you take out the containment, make sure he's still in the minecart so he doesn't run away as soon as the containment is taken away. Also, don't forget to reactivate the power rail near the villager. Well, shoot. What happened? What? How did the villager get past the gap if I wasn't able to? Well, he didn't get very far. Alright, let's get back on track. Wait a minute. Did I leave a minecart on the track before I started this recording? Well, I guess that explains why I keep being able to catch up with this guy. Once you do get to the desired location, put a non-activated power rail at the end so that you can control what you want to do with the minecart after the villager does arrive. Now in this case, I'm just going to nudge him into the pool, take away the minecart so that I don't lose a minecart and it's just simply not wasted. And then just climb back up, take away the block that I just placed to get up, and time to collect the next villager that I want to put in here. Alright, I'm basically going to do this process once more, only faster this time, and while I do this, I'm just going to sum up what we do and talk a little bit more about villagers. Alright, round 2. Alright, looks like we got our second zombie villager. So let's seal up the zombie spawner room so that no new zombies come into the filtration hallway. Once you have the villager in an isolated room, put water source blocks to cause the water to push the mob, or in this case, zombie villager, into a corner that is diagonal to minecart track, so that when a minecart reaches the end of this track, it will automatically pick up the zombie villager or most other mobs. Deactivate a power rail where you want to contain the zombie villager for converting it into a normal villager. Now simply place a minecart on the track, give it a nudge, and let it pick up the villager and come back to that location where you want to convert the zombie villager into a normal villager. Right after that, make a containment area so that the zombie villager cannot escape if it leaves the minecart right after transforming into a villager. Alright, now time to talk about the conversion process. First thing to do is throw a splash potion of weakness at the zombie villager. To make a splash potion of weakness, you're going to want to place a water bottle or 3 on a brewing stand and place the ingredient nether wart in the remaining space. Once this is brewed, it will be an awkward potion where you then add a fermented spider eye in that empty space. You'll then have a potion of weakness. You can then add redstone to increase the duration, which is what I normally do for this. And the final step is to add gunpowder to make it a splash potion. You can look below this video to see a potion diagram that shows you how to make all the potions, and it's fairly easy to understand. I will also be making a tutorial shortly on potions, brewing stands, how to make them, so on and so forth. However, for this particular tutorial, that's all the information you'll need. Now then, next is the golden apple. To make a golden apple, simply go to the crafting table, put an apple in the center square, and then gold ingots all the way around it. Alright, now that we've got a villager, it's time to transport him. But before we take the containment off, let's make sure that the villager did not leave the minecart when it transformed from a zombie villager. Alright, everything looks good. Now let's just give it a nudge and wait till it gets to its destination. Once you do get to the desired location, put a non-activated power rail at the end so that you can control what you want to do with the minecart after the villager does arrive. Now in this case, I'm just going to nudge him into the pool, take away the minecart so that I don't lose a minecart and it's just simply not wasted. And then just climb back up, take away the block that I just placed to get up. And if you turn around and look into the container, you'll notice that after a little bit, a baby villager will appear. This may actually take quite some time though, I just sped it up. And now to talk a little bit about the villagers. Now a great thing about villagers is this is a mob that will not despawn. So once you convert a zombie villager into a normal villager, that mob will no longer spawn away. However, if you just leave a zombie villager unattended far enough away from your character, they will despawn. One thing that's great about villagers is if they're around enough houses, they will multiply automatically. However, this will take quite some time. There is, however, going to be a downfall in the future having to do with villagers. I hear in version 1.8 the villager mob will no longer be able to breed. So you will have to transport a lot more villagers due to the fact that you will no longer be able to rely on them being able to breed on their own. Alright, that sums up this tutorial. Hope this video helped you out, and if you'd like to help me back, please like, share, subscribe, or comment on this video. And if you have time, why not be a creeper and check out my other videos.